we've been talking about or probability a lot in class today. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about something called compound probability. Compound probability is when you have more than one event that you want to have occur right in a row, okay, or at the same time. And we're finding the probability that both of those things will happen. So compound probability is a pretty easy deal. You just have to, step one is find the probability of the first event, step two, find the probability of the second event, and step three is to multiply the two fractions together, and that's going to give you the probability of both events happening right in a row. So for this problem, what is the probability of the coin landing on heads and then rolling a 1 on the die? So we know that the probability of landing on heads on this coin is 1 out of 2. That's our desired outcome, which is heads, and the total possible outcomes, there's 2 of them, heads or tails. Find the probability of the dice landing on a 1. So when I roll this dice, I want to know the probability that it's going to land on a 1. Okay? And so there's only one 1 on this dice, or this number cube, and there are 6 sides. And so we've got 1/2 and 1/6. In order to find the probability of both of those things happening, all we do is multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 6 is 12. So there's a 1/12 chance that we're going to get both of those outcomes. Next one, find the probability of the coin landing on tails, which again is 1/2. And then find the probability of the dice landing on an even number. So there's 3 even numbers and there's 6 sides. So 3/6 is the probability, but I can simplify that to 1/2. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. So there's a 1/4 chance of me getting tails here and an even number here. So this little symbol right here, when you have it written like this, P, and then in parentheses you've got several events, probability of rolling a 6 and not red on the spinner. Well, this one's a little bit complicated because the 6 part is easy. We know there's 1/6 out of 6 sides. The spinner, though, there's only 3 possible outcomes, but there are 4 equal sections. So our denominator on that spinner is going to be 4. And 3 of those sections are not red. Then I multiply those two things together. 1 times 3 is 3. 6 times 4 is 24. But now I can simplify my answer, and you always want to make sure that you are checking to see if you can simplify. That's not going to work. The picture's in the way, so I'm going to have to do it up here. So this is going to be 1/8. So the probability of spinning or rolling a 6 and spinning a not red on the spinner is 1/8. You have a 1/8 chance of doing that. This one is a little bit complicated for a lot of kids. Find the probability that a family with 3 children has exactly 3 boys. Well, the deal is that this is 3 separate events, not just 2. But compound probability can mean 3 events or 20 events or a million events or whatever. So each event has the same probability in this case, though. The probability of having a male child is 1/2. This is the first kid. Second kid, it's 1/2. Third kid, it's 1/2. You have to think of these as 3 totally separate events. To figure out the probability of all 3 of those things happening, we multiply them together. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So it's a 1/8 chance. Now we could also represent this probability as a percent if we wanted to. 1/8 chance is 12.5%. So they have a 12.5% chance of having 3 boys in a row, which is not very good odds. Okay, it's probably not going to happen, but it does happen from time to time. You accidentally dropped a dice from the top of 12 stairs. What is the probability that it will land on 3? We know the dice is a 1/6 chance of landing on 3, and be above the 7th stair. So this one, if you have all these stairs, okay, if you think about the 7th stair, so there's 7 down here, and there are 12 stairs, so we want it to be up above. Well, there's 5 above the 7, the bottom 7, right? So there's 5 steps that we want it to land on, and there's 12 total steps. So now I'm going to do 1 times 5 is 5, and 6 times 12 is 72. And I don't think I can simplify that, so I'm all done. Remember that finding compound probability, you've just got 2 events, or you've got more than 1 event, 3 events, or 4 events, or whatever. Each one you just find the independent probability, which is really, really easy. Most of you have been doing that since 4th grade, finding independent probability. And then all you do is multiply the 2 independent probabilities together. So if I wanted to roll a 6 on a dice, and then I wanted to, I don't know, draw a green marble out of a bag with 5 marbles and only one of them was green. So I would have that, and it would be 1/30th chance. So it's a pretty low chance that that would happen. Okay? Just remember that you're multiplying these two things together, the two independent probabilities, to find the probability of both events happening at the same time or one right after another.